This time I want to do something different. I have here a wooden railway lady. This is made out of metal and it does have some corrosion and we gotta fix it. The first thing is remove the screw that holds the top from the chassis. It's a single screw and that's the only way to access the battery compartment. And as you can see here, there is a lot of corrosion. So it doesn't work at all. And we gotta remove 2 screws. There are only 2 single screws that holds the gearbox together. So once we remove the screws, we gotta lift very gentle like this. Make sure you don't mess around with the gears. And look at that. Oh, the wire just came off and there is a lot of corrosion, definitely. So I gotta clean first here to remove this battery terminal because we need a new one, definitely a new one. So with my soldering tool, I gotta remove the excess of solder with flux, otherwise we will not be able to remove it. Allow me to demonstrate. Now with a flat screw, just push and it comes out almost completely. There you go. Excellent. Now I want to do a little test to see if the electric motor still works or no. And it looks like it's completely dead. Let me make sure it's making contact. No, it's completely dead. There is corrosion inside. So let's see if I can use a flathead screwdriver and try to pop out the electric motor. I want to see if I can fix it. Now you remember I always use my fork, still not coming out. So I'm gonna use my screwdriver again, very gentle. I don't want to damage the interior. There. Oh, look at that corrosion on the brushes right there. There's a lot of dirt inside. I think it's kind of grease. Yeah, gotta clean this, make sure it's very clean. So the next step is I gotta use the interiors, because if you probably notice at the beginning there are 2 ends and we need a new brushes. So I'm gonna use this other electric motor. I don't need this, but I can use the housing like that, and we put these brushes are okay. Let's see if this works. Good. Now quick test just to make sure it works. Good. I think you heard it. Now I'm gonna push the flange. I'm gonna call it flange. I don't know if that's the right name. This little metal part, make sure it's all the way in position and push it. Good. Now we are gonna put new gears. I don't think the old ones are good. I have new gears here. And another test. Now, for those new subscribers or those who are watching this video, I'm using here a white vinegar to remove the corrosion from the shell or the top. Also, where the battery compartment is, I gotta do the same. I gotta clean with a white vinegar so we get rid of the corrosion and it will not cause any problems for our new battery terminals. Gotta clean. I think that's good. Now the other looks good, but I'm gonna clean it too, just to make sure we don't have the same problem in the near future. I think that's good enough for now. Now here I have a battery terminals, new ones. This one is a little big, so I need to cut and make it to size. I'm gonna use my scissors. Any scissors are okay. There you go. Let's see if it fits. Yeah, fits perfectly. Just a little push. Nice. Excellent. And now I gotta remove this part, the plastic ones, this pin right here. So I'm gonna mark with a oil marker, just to make sure that's the direction we need to put it in, and I need to remove that pin. So what I'm going to do is I put it on a vise and use a small screwdriver and tap it. Look, and comes off very easily. Now let's get rid of this. I did remove it because I need some room to do the soldering. Wow, too hot. Now let's remove the old wire, and at the same time I will prepare for the next new wire. So I'm going to put a new fresh solder with flux right where the wire was. Excellent. All right, now let's put the new wires. This one here is, if you notice, the blue wire, it's that color, that means the negative, and the other end it's the positive. So we are using the red on the other end, and the first wire was black with red, so that means that's the negative. And this one here, it's a little tight, small area to work, but yes, good. So here is how I did measure the length. I used the old one to get the length of the new wire. Now let's prepare the electric motor. I want to add a little bit of solder with flux too before we put the new wires. There you go. Excellent. That's good enough. Now the positive goes to the right side. If you see how I'm putting right here, according to the position of the electric motor, and the negative goes to the left side. There you go. Be very careful if you're working with this. I don't want you to burn your fingers. Now a little test. Kind of quiet. Can you hear it? Very quiet electric motor. Now remember, I marked it like this little plastic. I didn't mark it before, so we know the direction, and now we use the little pin, press it with the fingers. See, very easy. Good. Now the next part, you need to be very careful. You need to put first the electric motor and make sure those little gears, those like act like a clutch on a vehicle. You need to make sure these gears are together all the way to the side. This one right here, look, push it in, like, yeah, like that. Same to the other one, otherwise you are not gonna make it fit. There. Now I think we are done. You're gonna have a lot of problems if you don't do the way I show you, because those gears give you a headache. Now look, it's working. For those who are familiar with a wooden railway, you know this is the top speed for these models. And it's working perfectly. Probably you may not notice these models are 4-wheel drive, so all the wheels have traction. For those new people, look, the 4 wheels are turning, so I call it 4-wheel drive. It's really good. Okay.